Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vanessa Rahma Pratiwi. I am from the group of three, and here I will explain about the translation procedure. Explanation of translation procedure. Translation procedure are the technical devices used to transfer the meaning of a text in one language into a text in another language. They involve essentially adding structural or lexical elements to tools present in the search language or subtracting from them, eliminating elements that are obligatory in the search language but unnecessary in the target language or with no counterpart there, and where disparity between the two media goes beyond language pattern. Adapting the content of the message show that the target language text will come as close as possible to the intent of the search language text and create a similar impact. Jadi, di sini dijelaskan bahwa sebenarnya prosedur penerjemahan merupakan perangkat yang sangat berguna sekali untuk mentransfer makna suatu teks dalam suatu bahasa ke teks bahasa lain. Prosedur penerjemahan ini sendiri pada dasarnya itu melibatkan beberapa hal, antara lain yang pertama itu adding, yang merupakan penambahan elemen struktural atau leksikal yang ada dalam search language atau sumber bahasa itu sendiri. Ada juga yang kedua itu subtracting, yang merupakan pengurangan suatu elemen struktural atau leksikal yang ada dalam sumber bahasa. Selanjutnya itu ada juga eliminating. Eliminating merupakan penghilangan elemen yang wajib dalam bahasa sumber atau yang tidak dibutuhkan di dalam target bahasa itu sendiri. Kemudian yang terakhir itu adalah adapting, yang berguna untuk mengupdate isi pesan agar target lebih dekat lagi dengan bahasa sumber ataupun bisa sebaliknya. In addition, in general, the purpose of translation is to reproduce various types of text. These include religion, literature, scientific, and philosophical texts in another language, so that they are available to a wider audience. As a means of communicate, translation is known as a technique for learning for a foreign language. In Metham and Husson opinion, the translation procedure is the process or the result of converting information from one language to another. The aim the The nada, the aim is to reproduce as accurately as possible all the grammatical and lexical features of the original search language by reading equivalence in the target language. At the same time, factual information in the original text must be preserved in translation. According to Nida opinion, in theory of translation start, the translating is not a separate sense, but often requires special skill and also requires aesthetic sensitivity. A skilled translator must also have a special capacity to perceive the close natural equivalent of a text, both spoken and written. But translating is fundamentally a skill and relies heavily on a wide range of disciplines. For example, linguistics, cultural anthropology, biology, psychology, and communication theory. Examples of this procedure are given below. Number 1. Search language. Saya guru. For target language, I am a teacher. Menggunakan adding, yaitu penambahan. Yaitu dengan menambahkan kata I am and a. Kemudian number 2, sumber language, search language-nya Harry tidak merokok. For target language, Harry does not smoke. Menggunakan adding, yaitu penambahan, yaitu dengan menambahkan kata does. Kemudian number 3, search language-nya adalah saya kembali ke rumah. Dengan for target language, I return home. Itu menggunakan subtracting, yaitu pengurangan, yaitu dengan tidak mengartikan kata ke. Kemudian search language number 4, search language, Paul is a pork word. Kemudian for target language, Paul kutu buku. Menggunakan kata subtracting and adapting, yaitu pengurangan dan penyesuaian, yaitu menghilangkan arti dari is dan a. Lalu kemudian number 5 for search language-nya perlu diketahui bahwa bla bla bla. For target language, it's necessary to know that bla 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 bla. Itu menggunakan adding dan adapting, yaitu penambahan dan penyesuaian, yaitu penambahannya yaitu menambahkan kata is di depan it is dalam di depan kalimat. Lalu diketahui itu menggunakan kata to know, menyesuaikan kata-kata dalam kalimat tersebut. Kemudian number 6, search language-nya saya mau melihat Jalan Kepang. For target language, I want to see Jalan Kepang. Menggunakan adding dan translation, yaitu penambahan dan penyesuaian itu sendiri. Itu penambahannya yaitu di dalam kalimat mendapatkan penambahan kata to. Lalu penyesuaiannya yaitu tidak dapat mengganti kalimat Jalan Kepang atau menginggriskan Jalan Kepang, itu tidak bisa, karena Jalan Kepang itu sudah kalimat atau yang tidak dapat diubah. Meskipun dengan cara apapun, Jalan Kepang tetap diartikan Jalan Kepang. From the example above, you can see that the change from the search language into target language from addition, subtraction, adaptation, and untranslatable translation in the very broad sense of the term can be listed in terms of different level of complexity. The procedure can be in the form of number 1, translation or transcription. This means rendering the sound of and search language into a target language form. Example, in Indonesian, Ahmad. In English, Ahmed. In Indonesian, Betawi. In English, Batavia. In Indonesian, orang hutan. In English, orang hutan. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
2. Transliteration. This is the process of rendering the letters of one alphabet into the letters of another with a different alphabetical system. This is the example from transliteration. Transliteration is a term used to describe the process of converting a language from a unique writing system to another. Many languages such as Arabic use the Hijaiyah alphabet, Russian and Bulgarian use Cyrillic, while Japanese uses Kanji. Hindi and
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Pipi Tindawati. I'm from class E, and in here I will explain about literal translation and transposition. Okay, for the first is literal. This is one-to-one structure and conceptual correspondence. It can include borrowing and word-for-word translation. This presupposes a kind of interlingual synonym. So look at the example below. For the example of word-for-word translation, 5 buku. In target translation is 5 books. Mary telah datang. In target language or English is Mary has come. John sedang menyanyi. John is singing. So for the example of borrowing is oplet. In English, Sydney. Gading. In English or in target language, ivory. Kepinding, bedbug. Limas, pyramid. Garuk, scratch. Keok, diverse. Peri, nymph. So, I can conclude that literal translation is translate the short text literally into target text. Focus on form and structure without any addition or reduction into target text. So the other example of literal translation is Aku cinta kamu. In English or in target language is I love you. Okay, for the next is transposition. This is one of the most common procedure used in translation. It involves replacing a grammatical structure in the source language or SL with one of a different type in the TL or target language in order to achieve the same effect. This grammatical adjustment will be dealt with more intensively in Module 2. Okay? For the example, perlu diketahui bahwa menulis modul itu memakan waktu. Waktu di sini pasif. And in target language, you should know that module writing takes time. Time in target language become active. And the next example, I would have come if I had known. Saya tentu datang kalau tahu. Sayang, saya tidak tahu, maka tidak datang. So, transposition is a change of sequence of parts of speech with another without changing the meaning of the message. Those could be happen by change of sequence can also followed by the change of word class, that is, verb for noun, noun for preposition. Like the example above, perlu diketahui bahwa menulis modul itu memakan waktu. Waktu in short language is passive, but when we translate into target language, waktu or times become active. It changes grammatical category. It could happen because of different grammatical structure in different language. Okay, that is about transposition.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vina Rahmadiana. In here, I want to explain you about modulation and adaptation. First is modulation. Modulation and transposition are the two main processes in translation. Modulation entails a change in lexical element, a shift in the point of view. Transposition and modulation may take place at the same time. So modulation is a variation of the form of the message obtained by a change in the point of view. In other words, modulation meaning restructuring a message of source language text in the target language text in different structure, but the meaning is not different. It is used because the translator focuses on the point of view of source language sentence. Therefore, absolutely, there will be modulation in terms of meaning structure. It means that the translator must understand well the implicit meaning in source language. Then the representative sentence in target language can be constructed. The target language construction is not depending on the sentence pattern but meaning. Adaptation. This procedure is used when the other do not suffice. It involves modifying the concept or using a situation analogous to the SL situation though not identical to it. An adaptation may at the same time entail modulation and transposition. It goes beyond language. You can recognize the great expectation in this adapted form more easily and understandingly. In translating from one language into other language, transposition and modulation are obviously the most important procedure that should be taken into account by the translator. Normally, he should always study the text as a whole before he begins to translate it. After obtaining a picture of the whole, he can break it up into its part. The analysis will move in the opposite direction from the fragments to the whole, from the similar to the more complex. The smallest unit of equivalence should be determined first. The level of equivalence is ascending order are as follows. First, substitution of printed letter for printed letter. For example, from Arabic into Roman, from Japanese into Roman, or from Chinese into Roman. Second, substitution of morpheme for morpheme. Third, substitution of word for word. Example, careful artinya hati-hati, open artinya terbuka, university berarti universitas. Next, a substitution of praise for praise. Example, a careful worker berarti seorang pekerja yang hati-hati. Open university berarti universitas terbuka. Next, a substitution of sentence for sentence. For example, Haryani is a careful worker in the Open University berarti Haryani seorang pekerja yang hati-hati di universitas terbuka. Next, substitution of paragraph for paragraph. Next, a substitution of discourse for discourse. So, adaptation procedure is used when certain word, phrase or expression in the source language is not suitable or appropriate culturally in the target language. The translator must replace the word, phrase or expression in the source language by adapting the suitable or appropriate word, phrase or expression of the target language. I think enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.